Great day today. Today is Twisted Tuesday, Tuesday, the 26th of November, ladies and gentlemen. And we got Black Wednesday tomorrow, and then we got Thanksgiving Day with family, friends, food, and more food.
Yeah.
And football, food. I don't know what order that is, but that's what it is. Check the website, TonyOceanMusic.com, and give us a call at 847-769-8609 to book a show. Every show is dedicated to the first responders, and mostly it's dedicated to people like you who take the time and watch a show Monday through Friday at noon. Twisted Tuesday, Carol Brandolino is in the house. Let's go to work. It's it's one of those days, Twisted Tuesday. Hope you guys are having a great day. Carol Brandolino's in the house. Carol, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Happy Tuesday. I'm excited. I love Tuesdays. You know that. I mean, I love when
Tuesdays
Tuesday comes
cool,
around.
And it's not only that, but you get closer to the weekend. The more days go by, you get closer to the weekend. You have Black Wednesday coming up, of course. And then Thursday, of course, is Thanksgiving. And then you have Black Friday, whatever it is. Do you go to the stores and buy stuff, or are you all online? Or did you used to go and stay in line and do all that shit before on Black Fridays?
I never did. I don't think I've done Black Friday ever in my life. Maybe once I went with a friend that would be the one that would go out at like 5 a.m. when they had the big toys. Well, it's different now. It really is with Amazons and stuff like that. It changed the traditions of everything. But my friends, they used to go out at 5 a.m, wait for the toys that they were putting out there. So it's different. But no, I'm not. I can't fight for shopping. I can't do it. So.
Yeah, you know what? And I never really did it much until I actually was with Laura actually, and then we got up at 5 o'clock and we go to whatever if it was the TV that you were getting or
right.
Yeah, she's really into poinsettias. These poinsettias that Home Depot would give on that Black Friday for like 99 cents.
Oh yeah.
We used to fill 3 carts full, take them home. Then when she used to work in the office, she used to take them and put them on everybody's desk and everything.
Nice.
Give them to all the family.
Yeah.
But now everybody's getting stuff online but then they wait. A lot of people wait till Monday for that Cyber Monday, right?
Yep.
They get stuff like that. Twisted Tuesday here, folks. Every show is dedicated, but like I said, brought to you by Ace Hardware. Speaking of Black Friday, they got some great sales going on. Don't forget, they got U-Haul rentals at all their stores, folks. They have plenty of holiday decor. Go out and get your Christmas stuff if you haven't bought any yet. And take advantage of the auto key program at all the stores. They program car cut keys up to 50% less than the dealership. Visit the helpful hub to speak to a certified team member. That's our good friends from Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. So much going on. For Thanksgiving, what's the deal? Everybody comes to you. Do you guys go somewhere? Do you cook? Do you cater? Do you go out to eat? What do you guys do for Thanksgiving?
So we've changed that a little bit over the years, but this year we're going to do a first. My nephew is going to have it. So it's great because you know what? He's got a little family starting. He's got a 4-year-old and then he's got a baby on the way. So I understand it's hard for them to go running around, so they're just saying, come on over, and everybody brings a little something different. My mom does a lot of the cooking. My brother does, and my nephew's a great cook as well. So between my brother, my mom, and my nephew, they take care of the big stuff. I'll do like a dessert or something like that. It's going to be nice to just show up, help clean up a little bit, and we'll play some games. It's going to be newer tradition, I think. So I'm excited. What about you guys?
We do the same thing. I think we're going to do like a brunch. We're going to have the breakfast stuff. We're all getting together between 11:30, 12 o'clock at our house. My mom and my sister, of course, all the kids and the boyfriends and husbands and all that stuff and wives. And we'll all get together and have a good time. This time, usually, Laura cooks and stuff. Natalie and Laura cook everything. But this year, they'll still do a lot of the little stuff. But we went to Tony Finer Foods. and they've got a turkey thing and they've got a ham thing. I think $80 a piece, whatever it was, and it's
Okay.
6 to 8 people. And it's all you got to do is bring it home, put it and just heat it and serve it.
Nice.
So
Perfect.
it's a hell of a lot easier.
It
My
is.
sister's bringing pies. My mother's bringing pasta. So it's still a lot of stuff,
good.
you know. And
That's
it's,
nice.
you know what the thing about it is, it's not really the meal. The actual meal that you sit down, if you're going to have turkey, it's not so bad. It's all the crap you're eating before the meal
Oh,
gets there.
yeah. The
The
snacks.
appetizers and the snacks and everything.
Yeah.
If you stood away from that and you just
Yeah.
concentrated on the turkey, the mash,
Right. The stuffing.
whatever,
Yeah.
you're okay. And then
Yep.
the pies, and then immediately after, you're loosening the belt and you're sitting in front of the couch sleeping and watching TV.
Yeah. Yeah. You're stuffed. I know. But I mean, I do love Thanksgiving. I love turkey. I don't eat it during the year much, but I like real turkey off the bone, and I like the homemade gravy that we make. And so then I just like to make a sandwich out of it. I just put stuffing on it, gravy, the turkey. That's what I like. That I enjoy
That's
that.
great stuff. So, like one of the questions we're going to ask today, is it turkey or ham, or do you guys have both?
You know what? I think there's usually ham. Yeah, there's usually a ham. Somebody brings a ham, I think, always.
I can't eat ham anymore. My mother used to make ham sandwiches for kids all the time.
Yeah.
I can't eat it no more. It's like pasta. I can't eat it no more. It's all I had as a kid growing up. So I couldn't eat that stuff over and over, and I can't. So, but I'm lucky. The kids like it. The kids like it.
Yeah.
So it's good. A busy week going on, folks. This Wednesday we'll be at Positano's for Black Wednesday with Jerry Jams and the return of Lisa P. That's a 7:00 hit. Usually that night, ladies and gentlemen, they call it amateur night. It's almost like New Year's Eve. Back in the day, people used to go from bar to bar, stay out late, put some pops down, but cops now will be everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
And all the bars, it's supposedly the busiest bar day in the whole year.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's still going to be that way, but I think it's still going to be interesting stuff. Then Friday, we'll be at Chicago Prime Steakhouse with Daryl Armenstadt for Black Friday. Saturday, returning to Taverna on Division in Melrose Park, 8:00 with Double T, Tony Toto. And Sunday, Ocean's Rat Pack will be at the Geneva Stage Theater in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. It's a Sunday for a 5:00 hit. We love playing that. We sold it out last time, so we'll be a little holiday stuff and regular standard Rat Pack stuff. Carol, you came to St. Jude's on Sunday. Was that your first St. Jude's benefit?
That one, yes, because I do the St. Jude. I go to the other St. Jude's, but the Rock and House there.
Right. What a great event that was, wasn't it?
God. Yeah. First of all, what was really nice is being able to see all those acts on that stage with that sound system, because it makes it a completely different experience.
Absolutely.
I've never seen Ocean's Rat Pack do their show with a sound system like that, and it brings it to another level.
And the band behind us too. So I know what you're saying. It was a big difference. And then, of course, Heart to Heartbreaker was great. And Nick Hodges, the piano man. Yeah. And everybody was good. American English.
Yeah.
The Beatles.
They're great. They were funny. You guys must have had some talk. You guys must have bonded in the back, because they said, nice to be here at the Arcada Theater, Tony Ocean's dressing room. Did you hear them say that?
No, I did not hear that. No. But we did. I love the Beatles. So we were talking Beatles, and, Ron Onesti puts a feast downstairs. We all eat before, and we all mingle. We go knock on each other's doors. Hey, what's going on? How's business and everything? So it's actually, I think they sold, Phyllis put a post out something. They sold over, I think, close to 400 tickets. Plus, they had 50 people that donated online, and I don't know what they made, but I'm sure we'll find out by next week how much they raised. And they've done such a great job, and every year it's such a great thing. We're so proud to be part of that.
Yeah.
So that's very cool. All right. Here's also tomorrow, guys. People have been asking. My guest will be for Black Wednesday, John Maroney. John Maroney's an interesting story. He was went to the hospital and back in 2020 to get something done with his heart. And then he got COVID-19. He was in the hospital for 511 days. He's got a book called 511 Days. He survived. And he's out doing his stuff, and it's a miracle story. So John Maroney will be my guest tomorrow for people that are into that. which should be very interesting to see what's going on with that. I can't imagine what people had to go through with that, and
No.
then getting 511 days in a hospital.
I can't imagine that. I can't. Did he have family, kids? Is he a young man or older man?
I don't know much about the man. He comes to my gigs every now and then. He's a good friend. I do see him. We say hi. I wave, but I don't know too much. Somebody reached out to me and said, Tony, the guy that comes and sees you, you should get him on the show for the experience that he had with COVID. But the book is called 511 Days.
Okay.
So I'd like to, we'll find a little bit more about that. You're watching Ocean Spit, little show about big things. Let's get right to Mary Grievous, folks, for all your real estate needs. And it's that time of year. I don't know. People may be buying houses now, selling houses. I don't know. But the perfect real estate professional, whether you're putting your home on the market or looking for your dream home, give her a call today. You should be able to assist buyers, sellers, for sale by owners, expired listings, Berkshire Hathaway, Stark Real Estate. That's M. Grievous at starkre.com or call her at 630-688-1725. And Mary can take care of all your needs. And guys, don't forget, if you're looking for Mary for real estate, then you also have to talk about Mary when it comes to the Chicago Music Cruise, which is going to happen March 22nd to March 30th, 2025. 8 days on the Royal Caribbean Cruise Line during spring break, Oasis of the Seas, Fort Lauderdale, Carousel, Aruba, and Coco Key, Bahamas. Mojo's Jukebox, Jersey Girls, Scott Childers from WGN, Frankie Hollywood, Boom Boom Rodriguez, Hillbilly Rock Stars, Tony Ocean, the main event band, and Seventh Heaven. Go to ChicagoMusicCruise.com, put in Tony Ocean, or call Mary at 630-688-1725 and say, hey, I want to go on the ocean with Ocean. So it's going to be a lot of fun just to get away on these great trips. Twisted Tuesday, Carol Brandolino's in the house, folks. Let us find out real fast who is watching. I like to check in, but usually I don't get to that section until I get this out of the way. So let's go to chat. Let's see here. Robert Provenzano, the general, is in the house. Emo from Florida. There is Carol Minotti. Happy birthday, Carol. Yvette. Teddy, let's get Teddy on. I got Teddy Kolof's, a great hair salon on the North Shore. He hosts the Priscilla Presley thing every year when she comes to town, the meet and greet. That's what Teddy does in his place. And we got to get Teddy on the show. Ronnie Rice was on the show, Teddy. Yes, he was about 6 months ago. Buddy, how you doing? Uber everywhere. Donnie Morrison, I think he's in Arizona. Yeah, there's Albert, Tony Toto, Joanne. Welcome, guys. There's Jeff Hunt, of course, just talking about Jeff from Seventh Heaven. Orlando, Florida is watching. How you doing? Welcome to Ocean's Pit. All right. Your ex, well, why not? Your ex gives you a text, and you can reply in 2 words. What do you say to an ex who reaches out in 2 words?
Can I do 2 fingers? I don't know.
2 fingers.
I mean,
I don't know if you can put 2 fingers on that, but
what would
thank
you?
you.
How about thank you?
Thank you. All right, that works. Thank you, or the other one works too. So it depends on what kind of mood you're in. Also, today is National Espresso Day for anybody that drinks. Oh, there you go. Well, there you go. That was a F off. That works. F off works. Yeah, gotta be there. Sure. National Espresso Day. If you're looking for, I don't know if you have espresso. I can't drink that stuff or cappuccino. It's strong, and when it comes to that, anything with caffeine is no good.
Shaky. Yeah. I'm already. People think I do Coke every day for breakfast. So if I drink espresso, it'd be over.
We'd be all over with. Yeah. National Princess Day for anybody out there who's a princess. Give it up for Princess Day. Also, I want to say congratulations to Irene Michaels and Arnie Granite. Irene Michaels, a great singer in the Chicagoland area. Arnie Granite, of course, part owner of Jam Productions. They just renewed their wedding vows. Congratulations to these guys. Great people. And they renewed their wedding vows. Very, very cool. Also, folks, we lost Chuck Woolery. I don't know if you guys remember Chuck Woolery.
2 and 2. Remember he said we'll be back in 2 and 2?
2 and 2. He hosted the TV show Love Connection. Game show. We lost him a couple of days ago. KJ, how you doing? Albert, thank you for letting me be myself again. You got it. There's Lillian. I miss you, Lillian. I hope you're doing well, my dear friend. And also, I reached out to my friend today. My friend Kim Peterson LaFew, a great singer in Chicago with a band in session. There's a lady that's been following me for years. Her name is excuse me, Courtney Flowers, and she wasn't doing very well. I guess something exploded in her body, and the poison got to her. She was on life support. They thought she was going to die, and then all of a sudden, she was okay. She's in
Oh,
rehab. So I talked to her this morning. She was kind of shocked. He goes, "This is Tony Ocean calling me? Oh my God, my mama!" So I just want to say, I talked to her. She sounded great, and I hope things get better
that's
for her.
nice.
And you got to reach out to people, folks. All it
Yeah,
takes
yeah.
is a quick reach out. Another thing I completely forgot. I was talking to my mom this morning, and my family had a shoe store for many years called Muticatini Shoes. My grandfather on Harlem Avenue, and then it moved to Harlem and Irving Shoes, and it's basically was for kids
Okay.
shoes, orthopedic shoes, Italian shoes, that kind of stuff. And now they're still in business. My uncle Pete's, my other uncle Ron, which I don't see too often. He was my father's stepbrother. They do have Carrara shoes, actually,
Mm.
2021 Clybourne in Lincoln Park for
Oh,
Italian type shoes. Check it out, Carrara shoes. You're watching Ocean's Pit, little show about big things today. So much going on. George
yeah.
Harrison. We were talking about the Beatles. As of today, the 26th of November, 1970, he came out with the song My Sweet Lord, which is a great song that everybody knows. My sweet Lord.
Yeah.
Well, of course, was a great hit for George Harrison solo. But also, after that song came out, I think a few years later, the Chiffons came out and lawsuit. They put a suit against George Harrison for the song He's So Fine. He's so fine. My
Yeah.
sweet Lord. Almost sounded the same. They took him to court. George Harrison did lose that case. So interesting stuff.
That is interesting.
Back
Jeez.
1970. There's Michelangelo. What's up, brother? There's Jimmy Parker from Nashville. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Make sure you check out my buddy Jimmy Parker and all his different Nashville country CDs. He's an actor too. Jimmy, great to see you. There's Danny Mazzy from Armando Supermarkets, 925 Liberty Street in Elgin, Illinois, and Mike and Gigi from Crash Champions Collision Auto Repair for all your collision auto repair needs. All right, yesterday I was, what do you call it when you're on Twitter or you're streaming or you're,
Uh,
what do you call it when they,
I don't know.
something goes
I said,
viral,
I'm on a
something
game
kind of
show.
something goes viral. And you're
Oh,
being,
well, it goes viral. I think that's it. It's viral. It just goes viral everywhere. That's
yeah,
what
it went
is.
by. So someone, my friend Tracy, who works with Susie Positano, they book X, reached out to me and said, "Tony, you're streaming or something on X." Of course, of a little incident that happened. We all know about it. Little pops with my mouth political and bad
Oh,
choice on my
geez.
part. But anyway, actually,
Really?
it was interesting. It was interesting stories of some of the people. It was a bad thing, and I did call and apologize. And unfortunately, that did happen. But hey, at least it's done and over with. But interesting stuff. Yeah. All right. So we got so much stuff going on here, and you got the holidays coming up. It's amazing how once Thanksgiving is over, Christmas comes, New Year's Eve. I mean, it just flies by.
Yeah.
Tradition. I mean, Carol, do you believe that the family tradition kind of ends when the grandparents pass away?
I do. I mean, I think we've all seen it, especially in our age group right now. I know, I think it was Jerry that posted it today. I made notes in my book today for this. My brother just reached out and said, I really think it's time we need to start doing Sunday somewhere, do Sundays again. Like we would go to grandma's, It's just that it stops when the older people, the people who started the traditions from the old country, we were always there for them, and they were the patriarchs and matriarchs, and there was nothing like it. That's where all the good memories came from. That's where everybody got together. The kids played, the grandparents were there. And then, slowly as they start to pass, it's so sad. And I think I really do want to try to start doing that again. My brother is pushing it. He's my dad's the patriarch. He's in Greece, but my brother really is the patriarch at this point. So he's like, I really think we need to at least do every other Sunday, start slow, but there's babies coming, there's kids being born, and we need to start seeing each other more and more. Your parents are getting older. I think it's really important. You can't keep pushing it off. I do want to say, and I hate to be Debbie Downer, but this is life too. One of my best friend's moms passed away late last night. She had about a 1.5-year battle with bladder cancer. And my friend had just moved out there. They sold their business off, to their other family members. she was just going to move out to, she moved out to Texas with her husband so she could be closer to her mom or sister, families out there. And literally probably the week of or before she found out her mom had cancer, and they caught it in the 3rd or 4th stage. And so her moving out there, really, even though they were planning on doing it anyway, she ended up being there for the last year and a half of her life and taking care of her and being with her, which is a blessing for sure. She knows that. But, the last week and a half, it took a turn so quickly. Her daughter lives out here. So she's kind of a part of my family, and we work together. And she had to leave like 3 days early to go see her grandma. But she goes, my grandma raised me. We lived on the same block together. And then I was at their house when my mom was working. Her mom was a single mom. So this is hitting hard. And of course it's right before the holiday. And, at this time, they just feel like so empty and so numb. And so they see how fleeting life really is. We're all going through something right now, shitty. It seems like the worst thing in the world. We all have something. I know it. And the more I talk to people and bond with people in different events that I go to, you're like, wow, I would have never known that you're going through that, because you're living your life and you have to do for your kids and stuff. But then you hear that somebody watched their parent pass away, and she was in her 70s and a real high energy person. Yeah. It's just real sad. And I think those are the things people need to look at and say, this is what life is about. And don't sweat the small stuff, because even some of the stuff that seems big, is it going to be here in a year? Is it going to be affecting you this badly in a year? Then you know what? Try and get through it and make the best out of it, and just honestly give it to God. The stuff that I cannot control right now, and believe me, there's heaps of it, I'm giving it to him. Here, please do with it what you will, because I know I'm a good person, and I'll be honest with you. I think the karma is real, and I know that if I just continue to be a good person and take the high road, that God's going to take care of it the right way. So
I believe in you too. I think when you see people that you never know what they're going through. You see them smiling, you see them this, but you never know what they're going through inside. Maria, hi guys. It's cold today. We are spoiled with a nice weather. Well, thank you.
That's my mom. That's my mom.
Hi, Ma. How you doing there? Maria there. There's Packy's in the house. Patrick Haig, how you doing? Well, Lilia made a point here. That is true, but life is different and slower back in the days. When you maybe there wasn't so much going on when we were younger that everybody got together and made the time to be together. Now there's so much, it's always an excuse. I can't do this, I can't do that, blah, 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 blah. It makes a hell of a lot of sense. And Buddy says, parents, or if your sister dies, could be the glue in some families.
Sure.
Brother, like I said, your brother, you know what I mean? So I agree with you. It makes a lot of sense. Here's a question today. Your firstborn daughter, they say, is always the female version of your father. If I'm going at my sister, she is my dad, except my dad didn't have the mouth that my sister has.
Right.
You thought I'm unfiltered, ladies and gentlemen? Wait till you spend time with my sister.
Oh, okay. All right.
She's brutal. So,
that's my mom. That's my mom too. That's Taylor Maria.
That's it, right?
Yeah.
So is the first daughters like their fathers? Is that true, you think? You believe?
You know what? I believe that in some ways, I don't know, to be honest with you. I think a lot of people take out a little bit after their mom and or their dad, but I do know he was pretty outgoing, pretty charismatic, I don't know, just kind of was able to be comfortable in front of a lot of people, so I'm a lot like him in that way, but I'm way more like my mom in my morals, my values, my ethics. Thank God. I'd probably be in jail if I was. But I mean, I'm definitely, I think it's a good thing if girls take after their moms in a lot of different things. But then again, everybody's mom's different too, right? So I definitely take after my mom in all of those things. She led by example. And I always tell her that. And everything I write to her is thank you for leading by example. It's not do as I say, not as I do.
That makes sense. But they also say that the kids, Carol, they said the kids sometimes get their brains from their mom more than their dad.
Hmm.
And yeah, because I don't know. It's always like your mom. You only have your one mom. I wasn't really close with my dad.
Yeah.
'Cause I just wasn't in my frame of mind, and he was always working nights. So it
Right.
was
And they're not
always my
around a
mom.
lot because they're working. A lot of times back in the day, they were the ones that were out working. The mom was at home. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
makes sense, you
And your
know?
mother tried to cover everything for you. She would not say,
Oh,
"Well,
she did.
let's not tell dad, right? Let's not do right."
She did because my dad was strict too. And so like I wanted to do a regular normal thing that girls did, go to homecoming or do and it's just you think we were in the Stone Age. We weren't. It wasn't even the Stone Age, but still he had his own whatever issues with things. And my mom's like, come on, we'll put the dress in the trunk and we'll go to your friend's house and get ready there.
And
You know
let's
what
get
I
ready
mean?
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Ocean Spit Little Show about things. Here's some questions I'm going to throw at you, and let's answer them. There's a bunch of them. I'm just going to throw different ones. Well, let's go. Have you ever owned a company? Number
No.
50. No. You can't be retired. Have you ever graduated from a university?
Yeah, Columbia College.
Traveled alone?
Yes.
Had stitches?
Yes.
Broke a bone?
Yes.
Got a speeding ticket?
Yes. Oh God.
Been in the limousine? Yeah, okay.
Yes. Hold on. Am I going to need a shot of alcohol if I don't want to answer the question? I don't.
Well, these are just different ones here. These are a couple of cool ones. Let's see.
Okay.
Have you ever lived on your own?
Yes.
Been scuba diving?
No.
No, I've done that. Driven a stick shift vehicle? No, I've never done that.
Yes.
Got a tattoo? I've got a few of those.
Nope.
Got a piercing? Yeah, I got my ears pierced when I was a kid. Donated blood? Yes. Rode a horse? Yeah. Rode an elephant? Yes. Drive-in movie? Yes. Drive-in movies. Let's see. Jumped out of a plane? No.
Hell no. Hell no. No.
Not done that. Rode a motorcycle? Never.
Mhm.
Been water skiing? No. I think I tried, almost drowned. Downhill skiing, almost killed myself on the bunny hill. So never did that. No. Yeah.
Buddy.
On the bunny hill, almost got killed. Had pets? Yes, we have pets. Grandchild? Yes, my first one. We all know Callan. Been on TV? Yeah, a couple of times. Sang karaoke? Yeah, sang. Have you sang karaoke ever?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not well.
Been to New York? Have you been to New York? I have.
Yes.
Been to California? I have.
Mhm.
Have you ever danced in the rain?
Mhm.
Yeah, I danced in the pool when it was raining.
Mhm.
Have you served on jury duty? Once.
No.
Gone camping? Yes.
Mhm.
Been on a cruise? Yes. Flown in a helicopter once. Been to Tahiti? No.
Mm-mm.
Been to New Zealand? No.
Mm-mm.
Swam the Atlantic? No. Swam in the Caribbean? Yes. Swam in the Pacific? Yes. Visited Mexico? Yes. Been to Italy? Never been to Australia.
No.
Been to Canada. Been to
Mhm.
Las Vegas. Never went to Paris. Been to Hawaii. Rode in an ambulance.
Mhm.
I've never had a child that I know of. I would have got a letter by now, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, visits at the door.
Number 4, skip school. How many times you skip school as a kid?
Couple.
Have you ever fell in love? Well, we know that. Been divorced? Yes, with me. Been married? Yes. Okay. Interesting questions. I'm sure you guys are probably, people that are listening, some of these crazy questions. And you would be surprised how many people maybe you've never, like I said, never rode a motorcycle. I've never done it before.
I was on a motorcycle many times because my dad had one when I was growing up. And so he would come pick me up or we'd go through Market Park where I grew up and I'd sit on the front and steer. So, and then when I met guys when I was a little older, a couple of them might have had them in a couple rides maybe, but
okay, right.
Not too often because they're dangerous. I don't trust people.
Yeah, they are very dangerous.
Yeah.
Here's a question I think I ended the show with yesterday, but I didn't get really much chance to talk about it. Imagine not liking me, but still my friend on Facebook.
Oh, that's everywhere. That's everywhere because people want to they just want to know what you're doing. They're nosy and they want to be able to talk shit about you, probably make their, assumptions and then continue to maybe either be jealous if that's their issue or just maybe just tell their little stories that they like to tell about you in their own versions, right?
It makes a lot of sense. Kathy Palmer sent this in. I've worked with nearly all these kinds of people. These are about your coworkers, and when you give them a nickname for certain coworkers, what it means. Okay, here you go.
Okay.
If your coworker is a Kit Kat, that means they're always taking breaks.
Oh, okay.
If they're a
Okay.
butter knife, they're not the sharpest tool in the box.
Okay.
If they're Arthur, if you call them an Arthur, that means they do half the job.
Okay.
Modern light only works when someone walks by or walks past.
I like that one.
I like
Okay.
that one. ET always goes home. Seaweed. If you call your coworker a seaweed, floats around all day and stinks like shit. Well,
Okay.
yeah, okay. A lantern, not very bright, but has to be carried.
Oh, wow. That's a good one. Okay.
How about it? How about deck chair? Always folds under pressure.
Mm.
A G spot, you can never find them. Daisy, some daisies in, some daisies isn't. Foreskin. It's foreskin. If you call your coworker a foreskin, it means he disappears or she disappears when things get hard. And coleslaw, that means they're 90% cabbage. So these are
good. Okay.
These are good things for your coworkers, sent in by Kathy Palmer. Thank you, Kathy,
I love that.
for sending me that good stuff, folks. All right, here. And I said this over and over and over. Nobody cares with people what kind of sex people have. What I don't like is when you got to stop telling kids about what's going on.
Yeah. No kids should be talking. There should be no sex talk around any kids.
It
has to be age appropriate, no matter what kind of sex it is. It doesn't matter. It's sexual in nature.
Yeah, and that's what I mean also. When the kids get old enough to understand what an adult is, to make up their certain minds when it comes to that situation, whether it's your first time, your first love, or your first girlfriend, or first boyfriend, or first whatever, or trying to change your body. We've mentioned it over and over. I know it's it's a subject that's like, got to watch out. But you know what? Hey, man, let the kids be kids.
Yeah. And let them find out, honestly, on their own. Like, I have a cousin who's gay. He's been gay was my whole life, right? I grew up kind of with him. He's older than me, but like we knew or whatever, but now we're talking, okay, when my kids were younger, they knew him and they hung out and we all were around for holidays. And you know what? We never said anything about it because he always had his partner with him and everything. Yeah. And they called him Uncle, whatever his name was. And, until my kids came to me and said, hey, at whatever age, I remember Gianni was, he's like, is cousin, so-and-so gay? And I was like, yeah, he is. He goes, oh, well, that makes sense. Like, he went so many years. Why even say it he didn't ask about it. Once he asked about it, he's like, oh, all right. Well, and then that was the end of the conversation. It was, yeah. He is. And that's his partner and they live together and that's that. And he goes, oh, okay. And that was it.
And it really, right, exactly. Boy just came up with a good one. Asshole. Doesn't take the advice of what they ask. That's a good one, too. I love that, guys. A little show about big things. We're learning a lot here today, folks. Let's talk about airtight windows. If you're looking for windows and you want it done right, do it right with Airtight. For honesty, quality, dependability, do it right with Airtight. Service in Chicagoland area for 35 years, do it right with Airtight. Let's call my buddy Louis Pipes at 708-788-5000 and tell him Tony O sent you and get those windows done for the holidays. It's very, very cool. Kristen Tuesday, Carol Brandolino's in the house, folks. Black Friday. Because only in America, people trample each other for more stuff they don't need exactly one day after being thankful for what they already have.
And there's your irony. There
it is. Black Friday. And that just sums it up right there, folks. Wow. Unbelievable. Let's some of the stuff. Johnny Depp. I like Johnny Depp as an actor. I like him a lot. People cry not because they're weak. It's because they have been strong too long.
Yeah, I could see that. I'll tell you what, there's been times things have happened in my life and it took months before a tear was shed. And I was like, what is wrong with me? Right? What is wrong? But I think sometimes in certain instances, you have to put it, I think this is just what I do. It's my defense mechanism. I can't wait to start some therapy. I'll tell you that. I would do it every day if I could. I could afford it. But, defense mechanisms are interesting because sometimes I'm like, wow, I've really learned how to put things back that maybe they can't be dealt with right now. Not that they're not important, but there's things that are more important. Like if I have to put my kids first, then I have to be strong for them. So guess what? I can't start crying and falling apart. You know what I mean? Like I have to be strong at the moment and make sure that's taken care of. And then when the time is right, you cry. And then that's when maybe
I
it comes.
agree with you. I remember with me when my dad died, I was frozen. I was frozen, and I didn't shed a tear till I remember almost a year after he died. We went to go see him, went to go visit him at the cemetery, and I just broke down.
Yeah.
And I mean, I might have cried for hours. I was shaking like, oh my God, because it just, like I said, it was just, I couldn't be strong enough anymore. And then when it's sitting right in front of you, it's like, yeah, you know what I mean? Richard Hammond, look what he just said makes a hell of a lot of sense. You think about it, Thanksgiving is a celebration of genocide.
Oh, geez. Well, of course, I never thought about that.
Yep, that's the first time, and it makes a lot of sense. Johnny Depp is an idiot. He wanted to kill Trump. Okay, well, I don't know about his political views; they're evil, but yeah, as an actor, everybody now with actors. Yeah, Bruce Lee once said, "Don't ever speak negatively about yourself, even as a joke.
Right.
Your body doesn't know the difference. Words are energy and cast spells." That is why it's called spellings. Change the way you speak about yourself and you can change your life.
That's very, very, very true. I've talked at length about that with people. People say it to me because sometimes I'm like, God, I'm so dumb. You get hard on yourself, and they're like, no, because your brain doesn't know that. And then it will start to believe that. And then you manifest it. Your brain is the most powerful tool in your entire body. And yeah, I believe that. I totally believe that.
I forgot how much, because I don't know if anybody would probably know this. I know I've heard it before. The human man or woman, whatever, only uses like a very small part of your brain.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it just imagine, maybe they don't want you to use more of your brain because you might just end up, who knows?
And in some people, it shows. They use even less than a tiny part of their brain, like almost none. And so you know those too. Like, where is it? Find it. Use some
Absolutely.
of it.
We were talking about yesterday. We were talking about people tight on money right now. Certain situations right now. But the Louis Vuitton came out with a dog house for your dog that starts at $60,000. $60,000 for a Louis Vuitton doghouse. All right. Now Porsche is now producing their own espresso machines.
Oh, okay. Right? Listen, all right.
Wait, $6,500 for an espresso machine because it's got the name Porsche on it.
It better get up and go to work for me too. If I'm paying that much money for a freaking coffee machine, okay? There is nothing worth that.
Wait, I love these things. Based on research, people who eat spicy food have 14% higher chance to live more than those who don't.
Oh, well, that's a plus for me. I like spicy food.
I like too, but it hurt my voice last year. They said because of the spice.
Oh yeah,
with your esophagus. I used to eat it all the time. The scarecrow has no brain. That's true. The scarecrow has no brain. All right, guys. 13 states you can buy land from the bank as low as $1,000.
Okay. Let's hear it. I'll buy that Louis Vuitton doghouse and go set it somewhere and I'll live
Go set it up somewhere. Michigan, Tennessee, Kentucky, Louisiana, Texas, Illinois, Indiana, Missouri, Georgia, Pennsylvania, New York, Ohio. You can buy land for as low as $1,000 in those states.
Wow. Okay. Well, I got to start Googling.
Yeah, I never thought that when it came to Illinois.
Yeah, I wouldn't have either, actually.
Absolutely. The first McDonald's drive-through was built in 1975 in Sierra Vista, Arizona, near a military installation called Fort. I don't even know the name. I'm not going to butcher it. To serve military members, they were not allowed to exit their vehicles off the post while wearing a combat uniform. So they created the drive-through for that purpose.
Oh, okay.
See that? Learn something useless every day here on Ocean's Pit, folks. Absolutely.
Dennis is telling me I look tired. Do I look tired? I think it's the lighting. I think I'm not making excuses. I'm exhausted. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, well, there you
But
go. There
but I
you go.
think it's
Dennis
this ring light. I think this ring light is making me look green. I think. I don't know what the hell.
got to change the colors on that. Okay. Dennis from Links and Eve, how you doing, buddy? All right, I'm going to throw some restaurants at you. Carolyn, tell me if you've been there. These are the most iconic restaurants in the Chicagoland area.
Okay.
Starting at number 10, have you been to a Margie's Candies?
No.
No, me either.
Mm-mm.
Super Dog Drive-In?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Jim's Original Pizzas?
No.
How about the original Rainbow Cone?
Yes. Yes.
Have you?
Awesome.
The Billy Goat Tavern. Of course, I've
Yep.
been to the Billy Goat.
Mhm.
Lou Mitchell's Restaurant?
No.
No. Al's Beef, of course. Been to Al's many times. Calumet Fisheries?
No.
The Walnut Room. I was there once.
Mhm.
And, of course, Manny's Delicatessen. I loved it downstairs, down in the city, Manny's.
Yeah.
Good stuff here. I'm just looking at different stuff that people send in here, and I don't know what's actually. All right. When you throw the trash out, do you go outside later and check how it's doing? No. So stop talking. Stop stalking your ex. When you throw the trash out, do you go outside later and check how it's doing? No. Stop stalking your ex.
Right. Okay, that's smart. Yeah, makes sense. That's
like
a good
that. It's actually
analogy.
really cool.
Yeah.
Boy, look at that. Let's see. Okay. Have you ever been to Alaska? Anybody been to Alaska?
Mm-mm.
I've been to Alaska on a cruise, but listen to this. This is really interesting. There's a town in Alaska that won't see sun for 65 straight days as it enters polar light.
I couldn't. I wouldn't make it. There's no way. I would crawl in a hole. If I don't have sun for a few days, I significantly am, less everything. I have that, what is it? Seasonal effectiveness disorder. It just makes me very unhappy to not see the sun. I need it.
I think my wife's the same way. She needs to see the sun, and I
Yeah,
can
me
go a
too.
couple days without it. But I definitely, as I got older, I appreciate the sun a hell of a lot more.
Yeah.
Frankie Setta was watching, and Frankie did a great job at Sinatra Sunday upstairs at the Speakeasy. Frankie,
Yes.
Frank Greedo, great seeing you, buddy. Look, can't wait to see you on the cruise, and I'm glad you enjoyed that cigar, buddy. I hope you smoke it good. Christmas Tuesday, Carol Brandolino, folks. It is Tuesday, the 26th of November. I love this quote. Big companies won't notice your purchases over the next couple of months, but small businesses will, and it might even change their life. And we always push that, right?
Yeah,
Buy
absolutely.
local, shop local. It makes a lot of sense. I think it's very, very important here.
Yes, it is.
All right. Food is medicine. Are you ready? Blueberries are good for your brain.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
Tomatoes are good for your blood.
Okay.
Mushrooms is good for your immune system. Peppers is good for speeding the metabolism, which I heard that.
Okay. Yeah.
Chia seeds are good for your heart.
Yeah.
Pineapples are good for your joints.
Mm-hmm.
Kale is good for your bones. Oranges is good for your skin. Walnuts is good for your memory. Sweet potatoes are good for digestion. Bananas are good for your nerves. And garlic is good for your immune system as well. Well, I heard about garlic.
Yeah.
I didn't know walnuts is good for your memory. Have you heard any of this stuff?
And I've heard of a lot of them. And half the things you said at the beginning are all on pizza. So go get a pizza. I mean, like you got all the vegetables.
You got all the vegetables.
Sauce, right? Tomatoes.
And Dan knows like bourbon is good for everything. There you go.
Yeah.
Danny, you're absolutely right.
I need to get a palate. I need to try like old fashions. I've made them for 25 years and I think I make a very good old fashioned. But I've never really drank one. So I really do want to taste just to be able to sip on one of those just because they look good and they're just fancy. I make them.
I don't think I've ever had an old fashioned. I mean, I've had regular bourbon. Obviously, I've had Jack Daniels and whiskey. Dennis says weed is good for the brain. Okay.
Yeah, it shuts it down for a little bit. That's always good.
You're watching Ocean's Fit. So we were talking about eating healthy. Well, if you're going to do that, let's go to a little fast food eating healthy wise. with our new sponsor, of course, that is Guzman and Gomez. That's right, folks. Fast food made healthy, clean, enjoyable. Check them out. So far, they have locations in Schaumburg, Crystal Lake, Buffalo Grove, and Naperville. Download the GYG app, sign up, and get a free burrito. Guys, you got nothing to lose by trying it. It's a good thing, folks, and you can come out and get their burritos, taco bowls, salads. They even have a burrito replacing rice for French fries. They're now offering fundraisers, catering. Our son is now the new regional marketing manager for them. So give Joe a call at 224-636-3646. Maybe they can cater your party or whatever you're going to have. That's Guzman and Gomez, eating fast food healthy. You're watching Ocean's Pit, a little show about big things. Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Wait, I got to show you this. Hold on. I got to show you this thing. It was on my friend's table.
Right.
This was on my friend's table. Okay. And I said, I'm doing the show from here. And I said, what the hell is this? And it's okay. It looks like one of those, like a radar thing, you know?
Sure.
So it is, hold on, ready? It's for your back. It's for your neck and your back. This thing is, when I say powerful, so like if you like, cause I have the worst, like back and neck and all that, right? It literally, if someone else is putting it to your back, when I tell you the power this thing is on right now, and at low level, it is like unbelievable. So this gift, I mean, it feels like you're on a roller coaster, but it is like you get your shoulder. If you have back issues, your neck.
Now that's good. A stocking stuffer. That could be something for a good gift.
I just want to put it in my back right now and just let it be.
And let it work there. See?
Yeah, but this thing is very cool if you want to get a gift for somebody. Airlane or something like that, but it is unbelievable.
It looks like a power drill. Absolutely,
it is with a foamy ball at the end.
God bless you. There it is, folks. You learn something new every day on the show, right? Carol, let me ask you now: does anybody ever go back to their old street and the house they grew up in, just to remember how things were back then? Have you ever went back to your old neighborhood, looked at your homes?
So much. I went back in the beginning. All the time. Well, that's when I used to steal my mom's car when I was 13 to 15. I would take the car on the weekends when they were at work at the restaurant, and I would go back to see my friends. But, you know, when we had my 8th grade graduation from the private school, the Greek school, we got a limo. My brother was with us, you know, he had to be with us, much older, but so I made them drive by my old house. I don't know how this guy did it. I guess where he was getting paid, but so he drove by our old house. I literally was in this white gown and I went on my old porch and I took the address off of the building. I took it. I got it at home.
And you kept it for yourself. So you went back again.
I have it at home.
I did the same thing. I went to Cicero to find my God, it didn't even look the same.
No, it's weird. And it feels like it was a lifetime ago, which it was, right? A lifetime ago. Yeah. It looks so different than what it looked like when you were a kid. You know,
you thought your house was big, you know, where's my house? And my God, it looked like, I go, who the hell lived in this thing? This is your old house in Cicero. And I mean, it was like, wow. Very, very interesting. All right, what do we got? A couple other things here, folks. I've got some big gigs coming up as well. We talked about December 7th. We'll be in Champaign, Illinois. Shop for a Cop, Big Mike of Mega Productions will be opening for Candace Owens, and she'll be speaking to a sold-out show. She's they sell out the minute the tickets go on sale.
I love her. Mm-hmm.
She's great too. I'm just wondering though why they have not put President-elect Donald Trump has not assigned her to anything yet.
I don't know. Like last year, I thought she would definitely have been a front runner for something, but she kind of fell off a little bit because she's having babies right now. I wouldn't doubt if they have reached out to her, but I think she's right in the middle right now of having her kids, you know, and they're young.
She's doing. So, there you go.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense. Albert, on Taylor Street, my birthplace is the Planet Observatory on Taylor and Halsted. I see it when I go down there. I feel at home there. Boyd, you come up with another good one here, buddy. You can tear a building down, but you can't erase the memories.
That's a fact. That's a
That's
fact.
something we have, folks.
Yep.
Absolutely. All right. So we said Champagne on the 7th of December. New
Mhm.
Year's Eve, folks, we'll be at Moretti's in Elgin with Ocean's Rap Pack and Tony Ocean, the main event band, Jerry J. It's going to be a lot of fun. That's Moretti's in Elgin, Illinois. And my 62nd birthday, 62nd, wow, 62, will be at the Speakeasy, Ronald Nessie Speakeasy on Saturday, December 28th. Main event band, Danny Ramundi, Tony Toto, Jerry Jams, Ron Starr. We got Louis Pipes. We got my good friend Christian Knievel will be there. She is the daughter of Robbie Knievel, and her grandfather was Evil Knievel.
That's so
And it's
cool.
going to be a lot of fun. Louis Pipes. It's going to be my sister. A lot of other people will be stopping by. Oshows.com. I'm excited. It's going to be a lot of fun. We are about 10 minutes away from the end of the hour, but we have so much more to talk about here. I don't, with everything here, Morgan Freeman, don't let getting lonely make you reconnect with toxic people. You
Right.
shouldn't drink poison just because you're thirsty.
I love it. I love him. I love his
Morgan Freeman, I love too,
Yep.
man. He knows his stuff. And
Yeah.
the founder of Kentucky Fried Chicken, Colonel Sanders.
Okay.
Interesting story. Just because you took longer than others doesn't mean you failed. He started Kentucky Fried Chicken, ladies and gentlemen, when he was 65 years old.
Yep.
Well, you
I
think,
believe
oh,
that.
I'm too late, I can't do it. You gotta keep doing it, man.
It's never too late for something that you're passionate about. It just isn't, you know?
I
It just
agree
might
with
not
you
be the
100%.
timing is everything. Timing is everything. And sometimes the timing isn't right. It just isn't. And then it ends up working out when it's supposed to. I believe
And
that.
something always turns around. You're right. Thank you, Kathy. Nice seeing you Sunday. She says she has different views on Israel and Palestine. That might be it. Okay. Well, there you go. That could be their answer there, too. Thank you for that. Mary Margaret, I hope you're doing well. And Mary, you reached out about the political thing. Why don't you let's talk after the show. I'd like to talk more about that. Rumor has it that former coach of the NFL Chicago Bears, Mike Ditka, is in hospice. It was all over social media. I mentioned it yesterday. John Vincent, the great singer in the Chicagoland area, worked at Ditka's, very close friends with the Ditka family, took a picture with him at his home. So as I'm going to take John Vincent's word for it that Mike Ditka is not in hospice. From what I'm hearing right now. All right. Breaking news again. President-elect Donald Trump has now surpassed 77 million votes. So when it came to the final count after everything, Trump 77,011,29. Harris was 74,500. Yeah. So this is just stuff that's coming back out again.
Yeah.
Interesting. Rand Paul gives Democrats a dose of reality. Says the Denver mayor will be removed from office if he resists federal law enforcing officials who are deporting illegals. I don't know what's going to end up happening here. There's going to be people that might be fighting this, different mayors, different governors, whatever it is. I don't know. I can see going after the convicts.
The criminals, right? People who have done criminal acts already, or who came here and they know they have criminal backgrounds there. They should go back there and deal with their crimes that they committed there.
I agree with you 100%. And I think that's, I don't think they're going purposely after just people that are just trying to come to this country to be a better life for themselves. But when you're letting in ex-cons and people with prior records, and whether they're criminals or sex offenders and blah, 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 we need to get these people out of the country. But it's amazing that we have people in this country right now that are from the United States of America, and they're not doing anything about the sex trafficking and everything. Nothing about Epstein. Nothing about Puff Diddy. Nothing about this stuff. Nobody's stopping this, and I don't understand why. It's because there's so many people on that list.
I think there's a lot of people on that list. I think a lot of people, I think you were talking about it. Certain people have already left the country. I don't know. Was it you that was talking about Ellen DeGeneres or not? Was that
this just came up? Sky News is reporting there's a concern that U.S. celebrities like Ellen DeGeneres, seeking refuge in Europe, may be fleeing justice due to their past involvement with P. Diddy or Epstein. There's a lot of people that are leaving the country, and they're using the leaving the country is because of
right.
Now, some of that can be true. Some of that can be true. There's a lot of people that are not happy with that. We know that.
Sure.
But there's people, I mean, I don't know. Do you imagine what would happen? I mean, what if this list comes out? It would crush. It would crush.
But you know what? It would crush an entire. Here's my fear. It would crush an entire multi-billion-dollar industry, and I don't know that they're going to let that happen because too many people are becoming billionaires because of it. So that is why I fear they're doing everything they can to not let the truth out, because you're not just crushing a few celebrities. The celebrities are making money, but it's the people behind the celebrities that are making the big money, right? I mean, celebrities are always complaining they're not making all their money. It's the producers and the big wigs. And
they have to go after the big, even back in the day, if you ever watched cop shows, or it was, they'd arrest these small little drug dealers in town or whatever it is, so they can get to the big guy. They need to find out who's, or how many people are actually, it's got to be huge, just like you said. There's Dennis, my friend from Lake Geneva. Dennis, 325,000 young people lost. Probably sex slaves or forced labor. It's just a bad and scary world right now.
Very scary.
And if the new president comes in, President-elect Donald Trump, if he comes in and he does and says what he's going to say, and unless it was all just a lot of hot air, I don't believe it is. But if he does it the right way and respectfully, I think it can change a lot. In 6 months from now, 7 months, a year from now, we can go back. Wow, some of this stuff is actually could be better for our country. And I'm hoping, guys.
It's going to take time because this is a lot of damage control. Okay, this is almost 4 years of consistently letting a lot of terrible people into the country and allowing so many things to happen that's not just going to be turned around. There's a lot of things that aren't going to be able to be fixed, period. And it's going to be like decades before maybe anything
find out
from it.
What happens with that.
Yeah,
absolutely. Get another quick sponsor, folks. We're talking about Jack Vena Landscaping. You got to love Cousin Tommy, man. You don't make them like him. They offer monthly maintenance programs, bush trimming, spring, fall cleanup, bed mulching, fertilizing, weed control. They offer plant design, service, installation, fall gutter cleanup, servicing the North Shore for 44 years. Call Tommy at 847-432-5266 and tell him Tony O sent you. Ocean's Pit, little show by Big Things. Carol Brandolino here, Twisted Tuesday. Carol, the question is, did you ever live paycheck to paycheck?
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. For a very, very, very long time.
I have to.
Yeah. That's how you learn how to budget.
Well, I still didn't learn how to budget. Right before, when I became Tony Ocean and started doing it full time, I was okay with that. But before that, I was brutal. I lived paycheck to paycheck. I was like, it was just horrible. It was horrible. I didn't know.
Did you ever, I don't know if you experienced this because I know your career has been spanned a very long time and you've reinvented yourself. I tell people that's one of the things I admire most about you is you have like reinvented yourself in so many different ways. But was there ever a time in your career that you jumped from that paycheck to paycheck to, oh my God, like not an overnight success, let's say, but within months of being like, I was paycheck to paycheck. Now very different. Did you have that moment?
What had happened was once I finished, when I was working a regular job, my last real job was an Electech computer store in Willowbrook. And this was before Best Buy and all these stores came in. It was in Willowbrook. They had like 5 different stores. We had a record deal that failed with my rock bands, couldn't find work. I didn't have much of schooling. A couple of our friends put this together. I ended up as a stock guy, stocking shelves, and then I became a warehouse manager and assistant manager. Then the play came. So I was going from barely nothing, barely surviving, and playing on the weekend, whatever, until I changed and turned into Tony Ocean and got to play and started making a decent paycheck, and then Jilly's, blah, 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 blah. It changed like that.
Yeah, like that. See, I hope that happens to me one day because that's what I need.
But I'm going to tell you something. If I would have had people watching my back, when I started making the money and stuff, everything that I was doing, I became a
Yes.
loose cannon. I became a loose cannon.
Yeah.
Between booze and everything else that I dabbled with at that
Yeah.
time, it was like,
Yeah.
okay. And remember, when you're by yourself, a lot of people might not get this. When you're by yourself and you have no responsibility but yourself,
Yeah. Yeah.
okay. If something happens in 3 days, I'm sitting there to relax, or whatever the hell. You don't care so much. Once you get
Right.
involved with a family, and you think
Yeah.
a whole
Totally
different
different.
ballgame.
Totally
And
different ballgame.
yeah,
Yeah.
so interesting stuff. And
Yeah.
there's more more stuff about stories and everything coming up, folks. But here's important: don't forget to turn your bathroom scales back.
Yes. I don't
15
get on
pounds Wednesday night at 1:00 in the morning for Thanksgiving.
it.
Because we will all put that on there, folks. That is for sure. It is 1:00. One thing I got to say before we go, folks, it's that time of year again. Mama D's bread loaves are back, and Mama D was making these breads for years before I got in the family. And now Natalie's kept the tradition going. They've been there since 2020. Mom and Natalie were putting all together in the last 2-3 years. She does. They get a lot of orders. There's good stuff there. Got over 20 different flavors to choose from: banana, Banavian cream, caramel apple. I mean, et cetera, et cetera. The list goes on and on. The gluten-free options are available. Contact Natalie Bosch through private message or give her or text her at 847-533-0400. The breads start at $10 and go up from there with additional fillings. Mini breads are also available. They will not disappoint. That is Mama D's bread loaves. Contact my sister Natalie again, private messenger BOSCH. That's Natalie Bosch, and it will give you some great stuff, great stocking stuffers, and great stuff for the holidays. And let's go birthdays for Tuesday, the 26th of November. Let's see here. Dennis Franz, great actor, NYPD Blue, I think it was, Chicago guy. Harpo Marx from the Marx Brothers. He was born in 1888. Richard Chamberlain from the Thornbirds, 90 years old. Lex Luger, my good friend Richard, for all you wrestling fans, 64 years old. Mark Ruffalo, don't care for his politics, but I love him as an actor, 57 years old. Alan Young from The Time Machine and Mr. Ed. Remember the talking horse, Alan Young? Boris Karloff would have been 137 years old. Miley Cyrus is 32 years old. That's it. 30.
I know it. I can't. She still seems so young.
Right. And then remember that girl from reality TV, Snooki?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Snooki from the Jersey Shore.
Yeah, 37 years old. Zachary Taylor, former president of the United States. Beth Phoenix, for you wrestling fans, turns 42. Christina Applegate from Married with Children is 52 years old.
I love her.
John F. Kennedy Jr., birthday, and of course. And then Jana Bush Hagen. Isn't she on the talk show with Hoda?
Jana I don't know. I don't know that name.
Anyway, she turns 42. I think she's born. And of course, my dad, Giancarlo, would have been 86 years old today. Happy birthday, my dad up in heaven. Died at 58 years old. He just never took care of himself. He never cared. He never went to the doctor. Just an old greaseball, as we used to call him. The father that said, hey, there's nothing wrong with me. It's just a cold. It's just a cold.
Right.
And unfortunately, he passed away. That's why after that, I started getting regular checkups. And I think everybody, we all know, should do that. Guys, don't forget, Black Wednesday. We'll be at Positano's in Oak Brook with Lisa P. and Jerry Jams. That's a 7 o'clock hit. Friday, Chicago Prime Steakhouse in Schaumburg. Saturday, Taverna on Division in Melrose Park. And Sunday, the Lake Geneva Stage Theater in downtown Lake Geneva, 5 o'clock with Ocean's Rat Pack. Guys, we will be here tomorrow. Like a friend, our guest, John Maroney, talking about having COVID in the hospital for 511 days and survived. He has a book out called 511 Days. He'll be my guest tomorrow, John Maroney. Guys, make sure you tune in and be careful out there. Thank you, my good friend Twisted Tuesday, Carol Brandolino. Guys, buy local, shop local, support local establishments, support live entertainment. Be nice.
And happy Thanksgiving, because I won't see anybody. I won't be on tomorrow. So happy Thanksgiving to you and your family and the baby. Enjoy it with your first Thanksgiving with Callan, and God bless everybody, you guys. I'm very thankful
God bless your family.
and through the show Ocean's Pit. I'm very, very thankful for everyone.
Well, I'm glad everybody. I hope you all do it. But Carol, I appreciate that. And don't forget Ace Hardware. Download the Rewards app. Easy way to keep track of your points, coupons, and special offers. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. Guys, we'll see you tomorrow, everybody. God bless you all. Have a great day. Peace and love. We need it more than ever. Come together. All you need is love, as Ringo and John and Paul and George would say. Bye-bye, everybody. Nick, take us out, everybody.
It's the end of the show. See you later from Tony O.
Bye-bye, everybody. God bless you. Have an incredible day. Peace and love.